So good morning and welcome to our IvyLearn Content Partner Series. Today we're going to be talking about how to use McGraw-Hill content. This is Kathy Long, the Senior Training Specialist for the Center for Instructional Technology. Helping me to facilitate the question area today is Matthew Petman. We also have several guests from our McGraw-Hill partners. So we'd like to welcome each and every one of them for attending today. We have Amy Murphy, who you might have worked with on as a faculty member, Heather Moorhead, Jeremy Partez, who will do our presentation today, and Jake Edwards as well. So welcome to each one of those folks, and in just a moment we're going to turn it over to Jeremy to learn all about McGraw-Hill content. Jeremy, the screen is all yours, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everyone. So as Kathy mentioned, we're going to cover today McGraw-Hill integration with your IvyLearn LMS. And so what I wanted to do was just present an agenda of items that we will be covering today during our demonstration. Again, we are going to talk about how to integrate our McGraw-Hill Connect product or course with your IvyLearn system or course. So just to kind of cover, some of the items that we will address today. Starting from the top, we're going to talk about how to enable our integration link via your IvyLearn course. We're going to talk about how to pair a course with Connect, how to manage assignment dates, how to deploy your Connect assignments into your IvyLearn course. We're going to review grade synchronization, what that will look like, how to synchronize Connect student scores over from Connect into your IvyLearn Grade Center. And then we're going to talk about how to move a deployed Connect assignment into your modules location within your IvyTech or IvyLearn course. And last but not least, we're going to talk about assignment relinking. So with that being said, I'm going to move over to your IvyLearn system. So right now, everyone should be able to see my screen. I'm going to approach this as an instructor. And so my first step essentially will be to log in as an instructor. After I log into the IvyLearn system as an instructor, I'm going to go ahead and click and enter my IvyLearn course. And the very first step in terms of using our integration, in terms of integrating your IvyLearn course with Connect, the first step that you will need to take is enabling our McGraw-Hill Connect integration link via your IvyLearn course. To do that, you will, in your IvyLearn course, go to Settings. Under Settings, you will click on Navigation here at the top. And under Navigation, what you'll need to do is locate our McGraw-Hill Connect integration link here at the bottom of your screen. In order to enable that link in your particular IvyLearn course, you'll simply drag and drop that particular tool into your navigation menu. After that is done, you'll simply scroll down and click Save. By clicking Save, you'll notice in your course navigation menu our McGraw-Hill Connect link will now be visible. So again, that is your very first step. After you've added the McGraw-Hill Connect integration link to your IvyLearn course, you are now ready to pair up your IvyLearn course with your Connect course. To do that, you will simply click on the McGraw-Hill Connect link within your course navigation menu. And now we're going to take you through a series of short steps in order to associate and pair up your course. So to begin, you'll simply click on Begin. You will click on Continue. And you'll notice you'll be redirected out to our Connect interface. So basically here, what you'll be prompted to do is log in with your Connect account and by entering your Connect email address and your Connect password. After doing that, you will simply click on Sign In. After you sign into your Connect account, you'll be taken to a similar screen as you can see here. That's going to ask you, now what course do you want to pair up with your IvyLearn course? At this point, you'll make the selection a section in an existing Connect course. And here you'll locate and select the Connect course or section that you will like to pair up with your IvyLearn course. So by making that selection, you'll simply click on Save. By clicking on Save, you'll receive confirmation that your course has been paired up. That covers the process and how an instructor will pair up and associate that pairing between IvyLearn and Connect. The next step now I'm going to show you is how to deploy a Connect assignment that exists within your Connect course over into your IvyLearn course. So by doing that, I'm going to go to my section homepage here. And in Connect, you'll notice a list of all of your Connect assignments. In order to deploy or link these assignments directly into your IvyLearn course, you'll take a few steps here. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to select the Connect assignments in which you wish to deploy over into IvyLearn. So by making those selections here to the right of each assignment name, you'll simply click on this paper stack image here to the top, and you'll notice an option that says Deploy and Manage. You'll want to go ahead and click on that. After you click on that, you'll be prompted with some selections in terms of which grade type you wish to sync over in terms of the assignments you're deploying. By default, best grade type will be selected. However, you do have these other selections to make if you see fit. But based on the grade type you select, you'll want to go ahead and click on the Deploy option here. After you click on Deploy, you'll simply click on OK. And you'll notice by clicking on OK, you'll notice now here on your Connect course homepage, each of your Connect assignments now will display a Canvas image to the right of each assignment name under the deployed column. This is an indicator that you've deployed successfully each of your Connect assignments over into your IvyLearn course. Now to validate that, I'm going to go ahead and return to my IvyLearn course. And by deploying, you'll want to first click on Assignments here so you can validate that those assignment links have been properly linked and embedded within your IvyLearn course. So you can see that here under Assignments in your IvyLearn course, each of the Connect assignment links that you just deployed over. So to validate that the linking is successful, you can simply click on one of these links, and you'll notice it'll take you directly out to that particular Connect assignment. Again, this is the instructor view, so you're seeing through the eyes of an instructor. However, when your students click on these assignment links, they'll be taken directly into that Connect assignment so they can start the assignment, complete it, and allow for their score then to auto-synchronize over into your IvyLearn gradebook. So that covers basically how to deploy an assignment from Connect into IvyLearn and where to locate those assignments in IvyLearn. Now the next step is how do I bring those assignments into my modules area within IvyLearn? So by clicking on modules, I already have pre-created modules here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how now to bring those assignments over into your modules section. So I'm going to go ahead and select a module. So I'll start with Unit 1 here. And by clicking on the plus sign here to the right, you'll notice by default it's automatically going to populate you into the assignments area. So now here you'll have a list of all of your Connect assignments in which you've deployed over from Connect. What you'll do is you'll simply want to make the appropriate selection in terms of which Connect assignments you would wish to display and make available under your particular module. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Chapter 1 assignment that I deployed over, and I'm going to simply click on Add Item. And you'll notice now by following that workflow and adding that item, that particular Connect assignment link will now be visible and available under that particular module, under your modules area. So the experience is similar to what I had shown under the assignments area. By clicking on that assignment link under modules now, it'll take you directly out to that particular assignment in Connect. The next area that I'd like to cover is grade synchronization. Anytime you successfully deploy a Connect assignment from Connect into IvyLearn, in your Grade Center, so by clicking on Grades here, a grade column for that particular Connect assignment will automatically be created under your Grade Center. As you can see here at the top, these are the 4 assignments I successfully deployed over from Connect. So by default, deploying an assignment will automatically create a grade column for you. And as your students take these assignments through IvyLearn, their grades will auto-populate within their respective grade column. So as you start to see students completing these assignments, you'll notice that grades will begin to auto-populate again into its respective Connect grade column. Okay, so the next area I'd like to cover, let's say for whatever reason you need to change the due date of a Connect assignment or the start date, due date. I'd like to take you through that workflow here. So by going to my McGraw-Hill Connect option here in my IvyLearn course navigation menu, if you wish to change the due date, let's just say, of a Connect assignment that you've already deployed over into IvyLearn, the way you do that is you'll want to first launch over into Connect. And you can do that by clicking on the assignment itself. So if I go under Assignments, you can click on that assignment. And by launching over into that assignment, you'll notice here to the right, you have assignment options. What you'll want to do is you want to click on Edit Assignment. And you'll notice you can change the points, you can remove or add content from the screen. If you wish to do that, you can do that here. However, if you click Continue, you'll notice you can also here on this last step change the start date and the due dates of your assignment. So let's just say I want to edit my due date from April 30th to say May 1st. I'm going to go ahead and make that selection here. And then I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and click on Review and Assign. After I click Review and Assign, I'm going to go ahead and click on Assign. And you'll notice now for that particular assignment here in Connect, the change that I made is now reflected. However, to ensure that that change appears successfully in your IvyLearn course, you'll want to take one additional step. And in order to do that, you'll want to go ahead and return to your IvyLearn course. You'll want to click on the McGraw-Hill Connect option. And you'll notice under the McGraw-Hill Connect option, there's an option called Manual Sync. You'll want to make sure you click on this Manual Sync option because by resyncing, it's going to allow that change that you made in Connect to populate over into your IvyLearn course. So if I click on assignments, now that I've done the resync, you'll notice that my assignment date now has changed. So just to recap, when making any sort of change to an assignment that you've already deployed over into Connect, whether it's the change of a date, the change of content, you'll want to make sure that after you make that change in Connect, that you come back into IvyLearn and you perform a manual sync. By, again, performing that manual sync, it's going to ensure that the change is reflected correctly in your IvyLearn course. So with that being said, that covers the basics of our integration. Again, we covered how to add and enable the McGraw-Hill Connect link via your IvyLearn course. We walked through how to pair up an IvyLearn course with Connect. We covered how to deploy a Connect assignment into your IvyLearn course. We covered how to successfully change a due date or something along the lines of an assignment that you've already deployed, and how to make that change and how that change will successfully appear within your IvyLearn course. We reviewed GradeSync in how grades will auto-populate over into your IvyLearn Grade Center. And with that being said, we also showed how to add a Connect assignment link to your modules section within your IvyLearn course. Now, the last piece that I like to just briefly cover is a feature that we are releasing within the next week, but it is important to point out. It is our assignment relinking feature. And assignment relinking is important because if you receive a copy of an IvyLearn course shell in parallel with a copy of a Connect section, it's really important to understand, that assignment deployment may not necessarily be needed, right? You may not have to deploy those assignments. Instead, we have a relinking feature, and basically what that's going to do, it's going to allow any assignment links that exist in your IvyLearn course to automatically be relinked with the assignments that exist in your Connect section. And just to kind of give you just a brief sort of look at what that process is going to look like, I'm going to hop over into the McGraw-Hill demo environment just to kind of give you an idea of where that feature lives and how to relink your assignments. So basically what we're looking at here, I'm logged in as an instructor in my own McGraw-Hill Canvas environment. And you'll notice that I do have the McGraw-Hill Connect option here visible in my course navigation menu. And in this scenario, I'm an instructor that has already paired up my course. I've already paired up my Canvas course with my Connect section. So everything's paired. Now, all I want to do is relink. So basically allow for these assignment links to relink to its appropriate assignment in Connect. So all I want to do basically is under the McGraw-Hill Connect option here, you'll notice that there is going to be a relink assignments from copied course option that you can click on. If you're utilizing this feature, all you'll want to do is click on relink assignments from the copied course. And basically at this point, it's going to identify that you do have assignments that need to be relinked. When it gives you that message, all you'll want to do is click on OK. And based on clicking OK, it's going to then automatically relink those assignments. And so basically then allow for you to link out to the Connect resource through the assignment links that already exist within your IvyLearn course. So by clicking on my assignment link, it's basically going to take you out to that assignment. And so keep in mind, I'm showing you this in our demo environment. However, we are doing some work right now in our demo environment, so it may not necessarily work smoothly at this point, but I at least wanted to point out and show you what that workflow looked like in terms of what was involved in relinking your assignments. So with that said, that basically covers the basics of the McGraw-Hill Connect integration with your IvyLearn environment. So Kathy, with that being said, I'm happy to take questions at this point.
Great, Jeremy. Thank you so much. We had one of our participants join us just a little bit late. So would you mind going through that process again of going into settings and setting up the McGraw-Hill link both on your course menu and then also in the modules?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So to get started, just to sort of recap, upon your first launch into your IvyLearn course, in order to utilize the McGraw-Hill Connect integration, you will need to add the McGraw-Hill Connect integration link to your IvyLearn navigation menu, your course menu. And to do that, you'll simply, in your IvyLearn course, click on Settings. And under Settings here at the top, you want to make sure you click on the navigation option here. So you'll see I'm already in that navigation menu. And by default, the McGraw-Hill Connect option will not be visible in your course navigation menu. In order to turn it on or enable it, you'll simply need to locate it here from the bottom of your screen, and you'll simply drag and drop that option up into your course navigation menu. By doing that, you'll want to make sure you click on Save here at the bottom. And so again, by doing that, it's going to enable the McGraw-Hill Connect integration link via your Canvas navigation course menu. And so you can see that here. So again, that's essentially your first step. Once you have that McGraw-Hill Connect integration link enabled within your IvyLearn course, you can take the next steps in terms of pairing your IvyLearn course with your Connect course. So the second part of your question, how to add an already deployed Connect assignment into your modules area of your IvyLearn course. So basically, to do that, you'll want to click on Modules, and you'll want to locate the module in which you wish to add that Connect assignment link to. So to do that, I'm going to simply click on the plus sign here to the right, and you'll notice by default, you'll already be taken into the assignments area within your course. But if you're not, for whatever reason, you'll want to make sure you choose assignment here at the top. And by doing that, you'll notice under assignments, or whichever grouping your Connect assignments live, you'll want to locate that Connect assignment. And by locating and selecting that assignment, you'll simply want to click on Add Item here at the bottom. By doing that, by adding the item, you'll notice that Connect assignment will populate under that particular module in which you've added it to. So by clicking on that link now under modules, you'll notice now it's going to redirect you directly to that particular Connect assignment. So Kathy, that should cover both of those questions.
Great, thank you. It looks like we do have another question. Marion asks, will it matter if students go directly through the McGraw-Hill Connect link to complete assignments rather than into the modules to complete them? Will grades still sync from Connect to IvyLearn?
Good question.
Can I take this one real quick? Okay, sure. So Marion, one of the things that we've been talking about in our IvyLearn training is we want to really use our statewide template that's built on Quality Matters. And remember, Quality Matters is a rubric, a national rubric, that allows us to offer easy navigation for our students and also align our objectives with our assessments. So what the Center for Instructional Technology is recommending, that instead of having an assignments link built onto the course menu, where you would just see your assignments in an index view, kind of what Jeremy is showing us right now, we want students to learn in a sequential order that makes sense. So we want to build those assignment links directly into our course modules and not make that assignment links necessarily available. It's still a functioning tool, but when we add that to the modules as an instructor, we can have them read something, see something, and then actually do something. So we can control that learning order. So our best practice and recommendation is to always build those links into those modules versus having those assignment links available on the course menu. Now, Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it would matter as far as grade syncing or accessing content, whether the student does that through a module or through the assignments link. Is that correct?
That's correct. To your point, Kathy, how you've described it is the recommended workflow. However, if a student were to, say, click on the McGraw-Hill Connect option here, and they would go to their Connect section and locate, the assignment in which they need to take, and they would take it within Connect by going through that channel, their grade will still sync. However, it may not auto-sync. And so that's why the process in which you described, Kathy, is why we recommend that, because it will ensure that the grade will auto-sync over. Again, if the student goes through this other channel, it may require a manual sync. And so basically, you're telling Connect, okay, to sync it over from Connect into your IvyLearn gradebook. It may not auto-sync. So that's why we'd like the student to avoid doing that. But if they did do that, there is a way to sync the grade over by clicking on manual sync.
Thank you. So one of the things as an instructor we might want to do, Marian and team, is this. We might want to, when we're creating our content from the Connect partnership, we might want to add that item to our menu. And then once we build those links into our course modules, we might want to just disable or turn that tool off from our course menu from the student perspective, but that doesn't mean they can't still access that content. So just something to think about as an instructor workflow. When you're building that content, you might want to have that McGraw-Hill Connect link available to you, but once you have your course set up, maybe just disable or basically hide that McGraw-Hill button from our course menu. So just remember, even though like right now Jeremy has a lot of things open and you can see that Pages is grayed out and Quizzes are grayed out, those functionality areas and tool areas are still available in the course module. They're just not accessible to students from the course menu. So just something to think about as you're building that content. Okay, it looks like that we have a couple other questions that have come in. Let's see here. All right, David. An offline question. In my economics fundamentals shell, I import all my sessions from Blackboard, and I'm changing the name to modules. I decided to delete the blank modules that are there in the Ivy Tech template. However, if the page that has the module on it, I can't figure out how to redirect the link. Okay, let me hold that off, David, and we can show you that process. Maybe Matthew can demonstrate that for you after we complete our McGraw-Hill conversation. That's a good question. It's just one click away from success, I promise. Okay. I want to definitely thank our McGraw-Hill partners for being here today. Jeremy obviously did a very nice job of explaining this to us. Amy Murphy was with us as well, Heather Moorhead, and also Jake Edwards, all from the McGraw-Hill team. So thank you very much. A special thanks to the Center for Instructional Technology team, who's online with us as well, Lisa Stickdorn, who is our technical specialist, and Matthew Pittman, who is also the director of the Center for Instructional Technology. We will be online with you for just another few minutes to go ahead and answer any additional questions. If you do not have any questions at this time, you're welcome to exit out of the presentation by going up to the right corner of the GoToWebinar control panel and clicking X. Again, thank you for joining us. We will have a recording available later on our IvyLearn statewide training page.